everyone, this is Debs and it is that time again. This is your TGIF for Friday the 22nd of May 2026. Thank you guys for being here. It is so appreciated and I do hope you've got a lovely weekend planned. So let's dive in and find out what's going to be happening. If you want to book a reading, my website's down below. All the decks are listed and the link is there to join the channel. So guys, here we go. Let's start off with the sign of Aries. Here we go. Archangel Michael, thank you for joining us. This is the TGIF reading for my Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, masculine or feminine. What do we have for Aries, please? Friday, the 22nd of May. Heading into the weekend and into a brand new week. I'm seeing somebody flipping a coin. They're thinking heads or tails, heads or tails, heads or tails. Okay, Aries, you may have a decision to make. You may just think, you know what? I'm going to go with my intuition. I'm going to go with my instinct. You may be just leaving it up to fate. You know, if you flick a coin, you don't know if it's going to land on heads or tails. All right, let's see what this is, guys. Okay. All right, here we go, people. The Four of Wands. So, Aries, you may be thinking about a property. You may be thinking about your stability. You could be thinking about a relationship or moving into a serious relationship. Four of Wands. Wow, guys. The Queen of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay, people. Judgment, Sagittarian energy. Wow. Goodness me. Big energies here, guys. And we have the World. And with the Four of Cups, feeling, Aries, that someone is maybe not going to forgive you. You may be feeling that something is just over. Okay. All right, guys. The King of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. The Four of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands. The Five of Wands. Oh my gosh. Aries, what is going on here, guys? If you are coming through in masculine energy, you may be feeling as if to get out of a situation, you would need to make a serious decision about a property, maybe to sell a property as part of a divorce settlement. You may be considering whether or not a Queen of Cups would agree for you two to live together. Because in that way, if she agreed, this is you coming up with that as a strategy to hold on to your money, as in not to get divorced. But with the Nine of Wands and the Five of Wands, Aries, this is you thinking, I don't think this Queen of Cups would say yes. I don't think she would agree to that. And I would be judged by the divine. So perhaps potentially I should close out the cycle and just deal with disappointment. Because you may feel, Aries, it's going to be too difficult to get out of something. You may also feel that this Queen of Cups would judge you and turn her back on you. Why are you moving towards me when you're still, say, married, right? Seven of Swords. Okay. The Strength card. Oh, Aries. Guys, you're doing the right thing here. I'm almost definitely connecting with the masculine. You could have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini as a rising moon or Venus. You are holding back, Aries, from doing anything deceptive. You're telling yourself it wouldn't be the right thing to do, to try and cling on to a marriage, stay legally married, but, you know, move towards the Queen of Cups and talk about living together. You're telling yourself it's not the right thing to do. I shouldn't do that. Okay? Good for you guys. 3 of Wands, but you are wanting to embrace change. You are desperate to embrace change, Aries. You're wanting your ships to come in. Page of Wands. Okay. And the 10 of Pentacles. All right. All right. Aries, what you're telling yourself is, it's okay if I do a bit of flirting. It's okay if I do some flirting. Page of Wands, it's okay. Right? I'm not sleeping with anyone. I'm not doing anything I shouldn't. And I can still then keep hold of my 10 of Pentacles. I'm going to allow myself to do some flirting. That's fine. That's fine, right? Aries, you're almost saying to yourself, okay, how far can I push it without doing anything I shouldn't do, without feeling guilty, without sitting in the 7 of Swords? How far can I push it, right? Underneath the deck, we have the 6 of Swords. You want to move to calmer waters, or you may be thinking about traveling to see someone. It could be this Queen of Cups, okay? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. 8 of Pentacles. You're wanting to work on moving to calmer waters, Aries. You're wanting victory and success. Or maybe you plan on telling this Queen of Cups, I'm working on getting out of my situation. Can we patch things up and just be friends? Because at the moment I'm still married. You're thinking maybe she'll accept that. 2 of Pentacles. Will she, won't she? Will she just want to be friends? Is that okay for her? Will she agree to that? I don't know. Because with the Empress, you're married. This is your wife, you know? Okay. But 10 of Swords. Maybe, Aries, your wife betrayed you and led you to feeling heartbroken. And that caused you to think back at a time where you met a Queen of Cups, someone very warm, loving and giving. And so maybe, Aries, you are in a very unhappy marriage with a partner who cheats on you. She might have betrayed you. Empress, 10 of Swords. Okay. Left you heartbroken. But Aries, you are wanting to do the right thing. It's okay if I do some flirting. It's okay. Page of Wands, Page of Wands. That's fine, right? Because I'm really thinking about the 10 of Pentacles, as in I have a heck of a lot to lose. So I think you're going to approach this Queen of Cups. You may say to her, look, in an ideal world, I would want to patch up things with you, stay legally married, because there's a lot of money tied up in my marriage. But, you know, in an ideal world, I would want us to live together. But I know you would judge me. I know that it's not what you would want, but I don't want to lose you. I don't want this to completely end with you. And I'd feel too guilty if you felt as if I was pressurizing you to agree to something that you really didn't want to agree to. That's what you plan on saying, Aries. Because your plan is really to keep hold of your money. King of Swords, 4 of Pentacles is, I really don't want to let go of the financial stability of my marriage. But 9 of Wands, you're in a horrible situation. Lots of arguments with an Empress who's cheating on you. Empress, 10 of Swords. What you're thinking about is, I'm wanting to do the right thing. Despite the fact that the Empress that I'm married to is not doing the right thing, I should do the right thing. I should hold back from moving into an affair situation myself. But I'm thinking about this Queen of Cups, thinking about a life with her, dreaming of a life with her, dreaming of my ships coming in with her. So Aries, you're compromising. Flirting's okay. In that way, I can keep hold of the 10 of Pentacles. Aries, you're making me laugh, guys. So here we go. Let's have a look and see what you would want to say to the Queen of Cups. What would you want to say to the Queen of Cups, Aries? I couldn't let you get close to me. All right, Aries, you might have been a bit elusive with this woman. You may not have wanted her to go to your house. You may not have wanted to introduce her to your friends, come to your workplace, because you were married, right? It might be you were worried that if, you know, you ended up meeting up with this woman outside your workplace, a mate of yours would look at you and say, Aries, what are you doing, mate? You're married, right? Where's your wife? You didn't want this Queen of Cups to know. Same thing. You didn't invite her to your house, obviously. I couldn't let you get close to me. But Aries, there was a very strong connection with this woman. And you cannot get her off your mind. You cannot get her off your mind. What else would you want to say to her? You're becoming a better person, okay, Aries? It may well be that in the past you might have sat in a little bit of shadow, okay? You might have sat in a little bit of shadow, but you may have felt guilty if you upset her. You know, if she found out that you were married and sort of, you know, got all upset, you might have felt really guilty. Oh my gosh, I love you unconditionally. Aries, there's a very strong connection between you two, okay? I think you are trying to find a moral way of spending time with the Queen of Cups that she would agree to without having to make a massive change at the moment to your marriage that you're very unhappy in. So let's have a look at what she would want to say to you. What would the Queen of Cups want to say to Aries? I'm starting to understand our connection. Yeah, you two have a very strong connection. Maybe Aries, unbeknown to you, she still thinks about you. I'm starting to understand our connection. Oh, but Aries, we need to let each other go. She might have told herself, okay, I cannot get wrapped up with a married man, and he wasn't honest with me in the past, so I really have to detach. But she knows, Aries, there's a very strong connection, past life energy between you two. She thinks about you too, Aries, but she's told herself, I have to move on in my life and forget Aries. Oh, my throat's closed up then. And forget Aries, okay? Oh, I wish I treated you better. She may also blame herself. She could have overreacted. She could have burst into tears or been really angry with you or said horrible things about you or to you because she was so upset about the reality that she found herself sitting in, which might have been, oh my God, I've met the love of my life. You know, she might have been dreaming of you two walking up the aisle together, getting married, living a beautiful life, only to find out, Aries, you were married. And she could have massively overreacted because she felt so hurt. And if that's true, Aries, what she's saying to you is, I am sorry. I shouldn't have done that. But it was coming from a place of pain, okay? So, guys, I think you are going to reach out to the Queen of Cups. You may say to her, you may put your toe in the water and see how she would respond if you said, in an ideal world, I would like to live with you, or I would like you to live with me, right, living together situation, but I know that you would judge me. I know it's not what you would want because I'm married. Now, Aries, you may be hoping that she would say, well, we could consider living together. You may be wondering whether or not she would agree to that, so you're going to mention it. But you feel, Aries, deep down that she would say a flat no. And so if you see a facial expression which makes you feel, okay, yeah, absolutely not, you're then going to quickly go on to say, but we can stay in touch as friends, absolutely friends, not friends of benefits. I would treat you with respect. This would be platonic because, Aries, maybe you want to spend a little bit more time with this woman as a friend, and that is it, with maybe a little bit of flirting, right? To figure out whether or not this really is your future life partner. And if she is, you may then see whether or not in the future you could get out of the marriage that you're in, you know. Maybe seek legal advice. How much money would I actually lose if I decided I wanted to marry the Queen of Cups? You know? Yeah. So guys, an interesting reading. I hope that's helped you. I'm leaving it there. Have a lovely weekend. And we're now moving to the sign of Taurus. So, my beautiful Taurians, how goes it, guys? I hope all is good in your world. Happy Friday. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my beautiful Taurians? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do we have for Taurus, please? Friday, the 22nd of May. I'm hearing awkward pause. I'm also hearing pregnant pause, which is, I don't quite know how I'm going to put this, or I don't quite know what to say. There may be a heavy silence, which could be a little bit awkward, Taurus. Are you planning on talking to someone? Do you have something very important to say? We will see, guys. We will see. Let's have a look, people. I don't know why. I'm hearing 1987. There may be a connection here with someone or a situation that came about in 1987. How weird. Or it could be, I don't know, a password of yours. 1987, 1987 is coming through. Okay, all right, let's leave it at that. So we have the Aquarian energy of the star. Beautiful, Taurus. Now, either you want to heal a situation with someone, or you want to talk to someone about your wish come true. This would be my wish come true. Okay, all righty. Page of Pentacles. You could be wanting to see someone and bring them a gift. Okay. With the view that you hope to talk to this person about something progressing, something more coming later on down the line. This could be you wanting to spend time with someone, Taurus, but you may have to say to them, I can't offer you commitment yet because I'm not ready, or I've got to sort out money, or I've got to get out of another connection. But I wanted to touch base with you and tell you that you're my dream come true. Will you wait for me? It could be something like that. The Hermit, Virgo energy. You may be wanting to approach a Virgo, or with the Nine of Wands, you're very burdened in the situation. Now, Taurus, this could even be purely financial, guys. Not to be boring, but it could be. It may well be, Taurus, that you might have felt that someone expected you to help them out financially, or balance the situation financially, or give them money that they might have been promised in the past. What you may be saying is, I can give you a really small amount. I am so sorry, but I can't give you any more until next year, or 5 years' time, or in my will, right? I've been doing a lot of soul searching, feeling really burdened about this, but I wanted to apologize. It could be financial, guys. Could be. Could be. Two of Wands. The reason that you're doing this, Taurus, is you are standing at some kind of crossroads. Crossroads in your life. You may be trying to make some really big decisions in your life. And with the Four of Swords, you've been doing a lot of thinking about healing a situation with someone that's been on your mind. Or you've been thinking about moving towards someone that you've had on your mind. And I think it's this person here, whoever sat in the energy of the star. Okay, because either you know they are your wish come true, or Taurus, it may well be that you found yourself in a situation where maybe money became very, very tight. because perhaps potentially someone was a bit overindulgent, and I'm not suggesting that was you, okay? Maybe it was a masculine here, or another masculine if you are a masculine. And so because of this overindulgence, maybe you couldn't offer anymore, but you might have felt really bad about that. Emperor, okay. All right, Taurus. It may well be that if you're a feminine, your emperor was overindulgent, and so you cannot fulfill your promise that might have related to giving this person money. And you might be feeling really bad about that because you may have understood that they weren't going through a good time here. This is you thinking, I know they need the money, but I don't have it because my emperor was overindulgent, right? My emperor spent too much money. Or if this is even a work situation, it could well be, Taurus, that this is you saying to this employee, I'm so sorry, but the big boss poured a lot of money into opening up 3 other offices. We can't give you the bonus that we promised you this year. We're going to give you a small amount, but we're hoping to give you a much bigger bonus next year. Could even be a work situation, guys. Okay, take it as it resonates. But Taurus, you are somehow apologizing, I think, for the emperor. Yeah, okay. Major change and transformation. There might have been a situation here with a Scorpio that was, oh, I'm hearing toxic. Oh, situation with a Scorpio that was toxic. And Taurus, this could be you. Queen of Pentacles, okay. Or if you're a masculine, you may be in a situation where because somebody wanted to hang on to a lot of money, you had no choice but to offer this person sat in the energy of the star something very, very small. I can't offer you very much because this Queen of Pentacles is hanging on to the money, hanging on to the house, hanging on to a 10 of Pentacles situation. Could be. Ace of Cups, sitting in self-love. Okay, yeah. Yeah. 4 of Wands. Might be sitting on a very expensive property, 4 of Wands. Okay, and we have the Fool. Somebody took a massive leap of faith and a risk, I think, either with family money. And Taurus, whether you're male or female, you seem to be apologizing for an emperor who sat in overindulgence, and you are trying to mend a situation with someone who sat in the energy of the star. Underneath the deck, we have the 7 of Pentacles. Looking maybe at past mistakes or looking at your savings, Taurus. 4 of Pentacles, hanging on to money. Hanging on to money. Or you may be thinking of a Queen of Cups who is holding back from you. This Queen of Cups could be the energy of the star, somebody who's having to heal. Yes, because she might have spoken her truth in the past, and it might have been a little harsh, Taurus, because there was some kind of enlightenment about the fact that this emperor had been overindulgent, and Taurus, you might have felt that you needed to be the one to sort of say sorry to the Queen of Cups. Now, this could be a parental child situation. Taurus, you could be married to the emperor, right? But this emperor might have taken a leap of faith and a risk with a lot of family money or with a property, maybe even gave it to somebody else. Half of the property might have actually legally have been this Queen of Cups is property, but it was given to one person. And so this Queen of Cups didn't get anything, right? So she was not very happy about that. But it may be too late now. And Taurus, I think you want to try and mend the bridge with her on behalf of the emperor. It may be the emperor, you know, is sitting in the 4 of Swords feeling really guilty, thinking the last thing I want to do is have a conversation with the Queen of Cups because I don't feel very good, right? I shouldn't have treated her that way. I think, Taurus, the whole point is you want to bring this Queen of Cups back into the fold, but you don't know, Two of Pentacles, whether or not it's going to be possible or not. Okay. Underneath that, you are sat in your head. I don't quite know how this is going to go. So, Taurus, you are going to try and apologize to this Queen of Cups, who's become enlightened, that this Emperor sat in overindulgence, okay? And it might be, even Taurus, you too are slightly nervous about your finances, so you've been hanging on to your money in the marriage. You might have had a little bit of money put aside, separate from your money in a pot with your Emperor if you're married to him. You might have had a bit of your own money. But this is you thinking, I can't risk giving that to the Queen of Cups. No. But I want to say sorry. I'm so sorry that you're having to wait. I'm so sorry until you're having to wait until, I don't know, 20, 30 years time, until the will is read, and then you will get a larger amount of money. You've been doing some soul searching about this, feeling really bad. I don't know what to do. I mean, this could be a work situation, but I feel it's far more personal. It's far more personal, okay? But this could even be a family business. Somebody gave all the profit or the proceeds to one family member, maybe a son, but left the daughter out because the Emperor was sort of, well, the son takes over the company, gets the profit, but there might have been a daughter in the mix as well. And she might have thought, well, yes, okay, I'm female. Dad's being a little bit old-fashioned here, but I feel, really upset because I'm sitting here with nothing. My brother's got everything. Could be something like that. Okay. Taurus, let's find out what you would want to say to the Queen of Cups. So here we go. Archangel Michael, what would Taurus, whether you're male or female, want to say to the Queen of Cups? You don't know how hard it was to let you go. So Taurus, there was a very strong connection with the Queen of Cups. I'm really not feeling this is romantic, guys, but it all depends on your situation, I'm starting to understand our connection. Okay. Taurus, this could have been a family member that you were once very close to, but she may have distanced herself out of a lot of disappointment and hurt, and you're trying to pull her back into the fold, maybe back into a family situation, following her, feeling very upset with the Emperor. Could be your husband, could be her dad, right? Something like that. You miss this Queen of Cups, Taurus, but you cannot give her maybe what she is due legally, because your Emperor did something foolish with a property or a lot of money, and Taurus, you yourself are wanting to hang on to money, but there's a sense of, I don't want to lose this person in my life, right? I don't want to lose this person in my life. Oh, bless. Okay, Taurus. Yeah, because she came closer than anyone. You were very close to this person at some point, Taurus. I mean, if this is a mother-daughter thing, of course you're going to be close. But there's a lot of embarrassment about an action your Emperor took or an Emperor took. And Taurus, you're there feeling, really unhappy about the situation, wanting to make her feel better. You may give her a very small amount of money or turn up with a gift, but what you're actually saying is, I'm sorry you had to heal. I'm sorry you were upset because you only received a tiny amount. I know you're having to wait for your half of the money, whatever this is. And I just want to say sorry. Taurus, this could just be an apology, All right. Let's just find out how the Queen of Cups is feeling. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. How is the Queen of Cups feeling about Taurus? Ooh, okay, guys, that is tricky. Wow. Taurus, we need to let each other go. I don't know whether or not you realized how deep the cut went. Taurus, you may have to be prepared for a very cold response from this woman. You may be not expecting her to say, I'm just not interested in seeing you, talking to you. Wow. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Oh, finding out the truth crushed me. I don't know, Taurus, whether or not something else is going on deep below the surface. I don't know, Taurus, whether or not you are even hoping to end your marriage to an emperor, to start a new relationship with somebody else. And this is you not having the courage to tell your daughter you're divorcing their father because you want to head off with a lover, right? I don't know, Taurus, whether or not she found that out through the grapevine, and on top of feeling financially breadcrumbed, she's realised that you might have had an affair with someone, and that maybe this emperor, who could be her father, sat in overindulgence, sitting on the throne of power, and pushed her out. So, Taurus, she may feel very, very upset on 3 counts. It's almost as if, okay, too much pain, too much deception, too much hurt, I have to disconnect from the family. And it may be that that's what she's done. So this was not just financial, Taurus, because love is love. She would have forgiven you, right? You and your emperor. But I think this goes a lot deeper. It may even be, Taurus, that your husband cheated, sat in overindulgence, and maybe did something a little bit sneaky with money because he was planning a life for somebody else. You were so unhappy with this, you ended up meeting someone, fell in love with that person, and you and the emperor are divorcing. And you may feel she knows nothing about this, but Taurus, she may know everything. Because she found out a truth that crushed her. This isn't her just being a bit upset. Okay, no problem. Well, I'm just going to have to wait for my half of the money later on. Not ideal, but okay. No, something crushed her. Something destroyed the connection that she felt in this dynamic with you, with the emperor, with both of you, with all of you in a family situation. Oh my goodness, Taurus. But I wish I could share my good news with you. Taurus, it may well be that even though she's not communicating with you a great deal, she may be doing well in her career. She could have picked herself up. Or it might be that, you know, she's got a promotion or a pay rise. But I don't think you're speaking to her at the moment. I think it might be either just pleasantries, because deep down she's very hurt and maybe there's a lot of guilt here, or you two are not communicating at all. I think she's going to be okay, Taurus, but just be prepared that she may say to you, I'm so sorry, but I just don't feel as if I can be part of this family anymore. Not only do I feel betrayed financially, but you have hidden your true situation, what's really going on, and I feel completely pushed out. I feel as if you didn't care. I feel as if I wasn't important to you. And you've left me in a difficult situation financially. So yeah, Taurus, she may be very, very, very hurt. And you may not know that she knows the truth, what's really going on underneath the surface. She may live at a distance. We've got travel cards here, right? Anyway, guys, I still think, Taurus, you're going to try and communicate with her to apologize on behalf of yourself, but mostly on behalf of the emperor, who I think is just feeling really bad. I don't think this emperor wants to see this Queen of Cups. Could be his daughter, because he feels so guilty. But Taurus, I don't think you want to lose this connection, but you may be shocked at how much she actually knows. Okay? All right, guys. So Taurus, I am going to leave the reading there. I really hope it's helped you. Take care of you. And we are now moving to the sign of Gemini. Hello, my beautiful Geminis. Thank God it's Friday, people. I hope you are well. Thank you for being here. All right, so Archangel Michael, what do we have for my Geminis? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Friday the 22nd of May, heading into the weekend and into a brand new week. What do we have for my Geminis? Thank you, Michael. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Gemini, you may be trying to balance something out, or you may be thinking, however I do this, it's the same, as in, whatever I do, I'm going to end up with the same result, or I'm going to end up losing the same amount of money. You're Gemini, you're trying to figure something out here. You're in your head, Gem, and I'm not surprised. You're the twins, right? You're the twins. Okay, people, let's have a little looky, see what's going on. Gemini, Ace of Wands. So you're thinking about a passionate new start. Wanting a passionate new start, but you're holding on to your money. Gemini. Basically, Gem, you may be wanting to be with someone, but you don't want to get divorced. So you're thinking, is this person going to be open to have a fling? Could be. Oh, Gemini, you are thinking about the Queen of Wands. Now, I don't know, I could be connecting with, a Gemini female sat in the Queen of Wands who has the hots for someone. But we got a Queen of Wands there. Oh, gosh. And we have a King of Wands. Wow. Okay. Right next to each other, King and Queen of Wands. That doesn't happen very often. Oh, gosh. But we got the Two of Swords. Okay. Gemini. Let's carry on, guys. Let's get some more cards on the table. Okay. We have a King of Swords. Could be you. Could be you as a masculine. Eight of Cups. This is about walking away. Doing some soul searching about walking away. Virgo energy. And doing a lot of thinking about the past. Sudden nostalgia about the past. Gemini, what I actually think we have here, guys, and forgive me for my girls out there, I think, Gemini, you have been in a difficult situation with a Queen of Wands. Now, you two could have been married. This Queen of Wands may have been desperately hanging on to you, onto the financial aspects of, say, a marriage, but she may have had an ongoing affair with her true soulmate, who could be a King of Wands. Normally, I would suggest, Gemini, that you, as the feminine Queen of Wands or the masculine King of Wands, this would be you. But no, I think with the King of Swords, Gemini, you are a masculine Gemini. What I actually think is your partner, say your wife, very attractive, very sexy woman, might have met her true counterpart, her true soulmate, and I think she may have been undertaking a long-term fling situation whilst hanging on to you for the stability of the marriage. This is a fling. This is her hanging on to money, okay? We've got a Queen of Wands. I think she's met her true counterpart. It may be an awkward situation, Gemini. But I think, Gem, you are seriously considering walking away from your marriage. You're doing some soul searching about the past. We were in love once, but no more. I know she's not in love with me anymore. Whilst I think whoever she's been having a fling with has basically been in complete denial, waiting for this woman to get divorced, but thinking deep down she probably never will. But he has carried on seeing this woman because there's a very strong spiritual connection between the two. Gemini, you feel like an outsider here, even though you may be married to the Queen of Wands. And I think, Gem, you have been seriously considering seeking legal advice to walk away from your marriage because you've been feeling left out in the cold. What's held you in the marriage is the fear of financial loss and very happy memories from the past. You two may have been childhood sweethearts, you and your Queen of Wands. You may have got married very, very young. But I think, Gemini, something happened in the connection and she met a King of Wands, her true spiritual soulmate. And I think she's been cheating on you for a long time, Gem. You may have turned a blind eye. You may have known what was going on, but you didn't want to face it. I think you're facing it now. And what you're thinking about is, I believe I should now take charge of this and go my own way. I will always have happy memories from the past when we were in love, but we're not anymore, and I need to find my own way now. So Gemini, you are preparing, I think, to have a very serious conversation with your partner about the fact that it's time for you two to sit down and really talk about the future of the marriage. I think you are going to suggest divorce. She may even have been open, Gemini, with you about the fact that she had feelings for another man, but you may have said to her, well, sorry, but we're not talking about divorce, or, well, if it's a fling, it's going to pass, because you were so in love with her in the past. She'll come back to me eventually. She'll drop him eventually. I don't think she has, Gem. And you've been feeling left out in the cold for too long. So, guys, Temperance. Archangel Michael has this in hand. Okay? He knows, Gemini, you've been patient. Archangel Michael is with you. I think it's been a long time coming. Knight of Pentacles. You could even be married, Gemini, to a Sagittarian, okay? I think you're going to say to your Queen of Wands, I will be fair in the settlement. I will give you a decent amount of money. But we do need to wrap this up. I've been sitting in denial for too long. Yeah. Because, Gemini, you want your freedom back. You're realizing this is heartbreaking for me. I am sat in a commitment with a woman who was cheating on me with another guy. I didn't want to see it before. I didn't want to take control of the situation before. I didn't want to face financial loss, but I think it's time. You're telling yourself the truth, Gem. Yeah. Yeah. You're turning your back on your Queen of Wands, who may be sat feeling very guilty about the position she's put you in. But what you're thinking about is, she's actually been betraying me. She's been cheating on me. I've got to face the facts. She's not coming back to me. She's not leaving this King of Wands. I have to take control of the situation, and I have to talk to her about divorce. And I think, Gemini, you're doing it. I think, Gem, you're doing it. Underneath the deck, guys, we have the Seven of Pentacles. You may be looking at the past, Gemini, thinking, we let this go on way too long, or I allowed the situation for way too long. With the energy of the Tower, I think, Gem, gosh, we've got Scorpio energy down here. I think, Gemini, you want to blow up you feeling stuck. This is you waiting for her to drop the King of Wands. She's not going to. I think you're deciding with the energy of death to blow up the situation. So Gemini, you can have your freedom and start rebuilding your life. Yes, because Gemini, in the nicest sense, with the Seven of Cups, you could be a very attractive guy. You may have women who you know would be very interested in dating you. You may even, Gemini, be thinking about reconciling with an ex-girlfriend from a long time ago. Okay, she could be an Empress. She could be coming through as a Taurian or a Libra, I don't know. But Gem, I think you're wanting to take action. I think you are ready to. And I feel with the Knight of Cups, you're going to say to your Queen of Wands, I will always love you, or a deep part of me will always care about you, but I cannot deal with the situation. I just can't cope knowing that you're cheating on me. You have been cheating on me for a long time. I don't know, Jem, whether or not she knows that you know, whether or not she told you, I'm sorry, but I've met someone, but you refuse to give her a divorce. I don't know. Or it could be, Jem, that she feels she's been successful in hiding this affair. But Gemini, I think you've known for a long time. I think you've known for a long time. So this is you saying, I will always love you. I will always care about you. But I can't cope with you juggling me with somebody else. I'm sorry, I'm leaving. I think, Gemini, you then plan to maybe reconcile with an Empress. Could be a woman who's slightly older than you, or a Taurian or a Libra. And this is you, Gemini, thinking, well, once this is over and done with, I can then get on with my life and be happy too. This is what you're deciding to do. So people, let's dip into the hidden truth. What would you want to say to your partner who is actually coming through as the Queen of Wands? Yeah, we need to let each other go. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty straight out there. That's pretty blunt. What else do you want to say to your Queen of Wands? Oh, interesting. Okay, Gems. I'm becoming a better person. Maybe, Gemini, you're a bit cold, a bit strategic in the past. Maybe you're all about, you know, your career. You might have left her on her own a great deal. So you are taking responsibility, Gemini, for your part in maybe the marriage failing. What would she want to say to you? What would your Queen of Wands want to say to you, Gem? Okay, she lied to you. Yeah. I don't know whether or not she says something like, oh, you know, once a month I get together with a load of girlfriends I used to work with, and, you know, we have like a girls' weekend away. You might initially have thought, well, okay, sure, okay. But if it became a regular thing, you might have got suspicious and you might have thought, yeah, okay, no. No, she's heading off to have a hot weekend with a guy that she's met. She might have thought she was getting away with lying to you, Gemini, but I think you knew. I think you knew. However she was managing to spend time with this guy, I think you knew deep down. I think you knew deep down. What else would she want to say to you, this Queen of Wands? My life is not as together as it seems, yeah. I think she tried to play the faithful wife, but Gem, you know, I mean, this is a very cold strategic energy, and I'm sorry to say that. You might have been obsessed with your career, and this might be a very sexy, attractive wife. She might have just felt on her own the whole time, and so she met someone that she was very attracted to. I hate to say it, Gem, but perfect counterpart for her, King and Queen of Wands. And I think this affair has been going on for a long time. But she's been hanging on to you for the money. And I don't think, Gem, you wanted to go through divorce either, because you didn't want to lose your financial stability. But this has just been a big lie for the last maybe few years. And Gemini, you're realizing you want your freedom. You want your freedom. Okay? Yeah. So my gems, an interesting read. I do hope that's helped someone out there. That's why I do these readings, to actually help someone gain clarity or help a group of you out there. Take care of you, Gem. And we're now moving to the sign of Cancer. Hello, my gorgeous Cancerians. It is that time again. Happy Friday, people. I hope you've got something lovely planned for the weekend. I'm hoping to put my feet up. I'm hoping to get out into the garden if it's decent weather. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Cancerians? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Friday, the 22nd of May, heading into the weekend and into a brand new week. Thank you, Michael. Two of Pentacles. That flipped over. That is relevant. Okay. That's relevant. The Two of Pentacles. You may be trying to make a decision, Cancer, or you may be juggling money. Let's have a look, guys. What are you up to? Seven of Pentacles. Cancer, you may be looking at your savings thinking, okay, I need to be careful with my finances here. It may well be that you took a few risks financially in the past. It may well be that you spent a little bit too much money, but we've all been there, right? Four of Swords. Oh gosh, Cancer, you are thinking. Now, for some of you guys, you might be looking back at past mistakes, having juggled somebody with a partner. It might be that that relationship is over and done with now. I don't know. For some of you, Temperance, Sagittarian energy. I think Archangel Michael is giving you guidance during dream state. I mean, this is someone lying on a bed. Now, this can be healing, but this can be meditation. We have Archangel Michael here. You may be also deep in your head about spirituality, the angels, the archangels, your spiritual path, karma, you know, learning lessons, all of that type of thing. Page of Wands. Why do I feel, Cancer, you're being guided spiritually here to start a brand new journey, to start all over again? Wipe the slate clean, look at what you have in front of you and rebuild. I think Archangel Michael is giving you the strength and courage to rebuild. You're listening, Cancer. Knight of Wands, and this is you getting going. This is you thinking, okay, I've heard the call. I know what I need to do. I need to get on with things now. I need to stop looking at the past. I need to stop getting all stressed about juggling money or something I did in the past that I shouldn't have done. I need to take action. And you're doing it. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Cancer, this is enlightenment. This is you stepping into a very optimistic, happy energy. You're rebuilding here. Wow. Cancer. Oh, Judgment. Oh my gosh, we've got angels all over this reading. Angels all over this reading. We have two angels here. You're on a spiritual path, Cancer. I think whatever happened was a difficult lesson you had to learn, but I think you were so confused as to how you would possibly mend a situation or get over this that you sort of shrunk back into yourself. You lost enthusiasm about your day-to-day life, you know. You were just living a little bit like a robot, on automatic. No joy, you know, I can't believe I did what I did, or I can't believe that this happened to me. I think Cancer, Archangel Michael is here saying, come on, get up, you need to get moving. You can sort this out, or you can be happy again. But you need to make a serious judgment call, Cancer. That's what Archangel Michael's saying. Are you ready to take a very serious course of action here? You can sort this, but it's not going to be easy. And Cancer, you're listening. You're listening. Yep. They are guiding you forward with the wheel of destiny onto a brand new path. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is divine inspiration. This is angelic guidance. This is you listening to the advice that's coming through from the fifth dimension, Cancer. Unbelievable. And we have a King of Pentacles. I think, Cancer, this is you. I've got to be honest. If this is anything to do with past mistakes, to do with finances, Cancer, what you're realizing is you still have a firm foundation. Now, it may just be your house, but you have a firm foundation. Wow. And I think, Cancer, you are going to take a leap of faith and a risk in a brand new direction to change your situation. You are contemplating that you might have risked losing a partner if you juggled somebody with your partner, if you juggled your partner with someone, or you might have risked your financial stability, but you've still got a firm foundation, Cancer. For those Cancerians I'm connecting with, Yeah, they are saying to you, the angels and archangels are saying to you, but you have to work in partnership with someone in order to sort out the situation. You can't do this on your own. And you're going to have to be very strong with someone, Cancer, in order to achieve this. You're going to have to say to someone, I don't care what you say, we are doing this, right? Yeah, because Cancer, you're just sitting there feeling heartbroken. You're just sat there, you know, feeling numb, thinking, what the hell do I do now? Well, the angels are saying, come on, chop, chop, Cancer, get up off the sofa. You've got stuff to do, but you're going to have to make a major decision. You're going to have to leap off into the unknown. Are you ready? You're hearing the call, Cancer. Underneath the deck, we have, oh, holy moly, we have the High Priestess. We have the High Priestess. Oh, gosh. And we have you, King of Cups. Three of Wands. Ten of Wands. Cancer, there's someone here that you felt very, very close to. A Pisces, a fellow Cancerian, a Scorpio, that you might have kept a secret, but the secret became too much of a burden. There was a lot of guilt. There was a lot of looking at the past. I think, Cancer, you just walked away. Rather than trying to sort out a situation, you just walked away. And you held back, okay, with the energy of the Strength card, and you might have been very cold with someone with the Page of Swords. So, Cancer, looking back, you may have known that you didn't handle a situation the right way. I think, Cancer, what you're deciding to do is look at what you have, look at what it would take to mend a situation, and you're going to do it. You're going to go for it. You're going to go for it. You're coming through as a King of Cups and a King of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, you might have had a fling with someone of the same sex, okay, and kept it a secret, but somebody might have intuited what was going on. And this is you pulling back, maybe feeling a bit embarrassed, okay, if you were married to a feminine. Whatever the situation is, Cancer, it could have been just financial. You might have breadcrumbed someone, left them out in the cold. They disconnected from you, stopped talking to you. And this is you thinking, I have to sort this out, okay? But the angels are guiding you here, Cancer. What they're saying is it's going to be okay. But rather than sitting there feeling sorry for yourself or sitting in victim mode, get up. You got stuff to do. Come on, Cancer. You can sort out the situation. You can be happy again. You can mend this, but you're going to have to face Judgment Day. We're going to push you into a brand new cycle. Are you ready? You're going to have to take a leap of faith and a risk. You're going to have to work in partnership. You're going to have to put your side to someone who may be heartbroken. But Cancer, this can be sorted out. I think this is a beautiful reading, guys. I do. Let's see, Cancer, what you would want to say to the person on your mind. Let's do that. So here we go, guys. Hidden truth. What would you want to say to the person that you're thinking about at this point of time? What would you want to say? Okay. You might not have told the truth. I regret lying to you. All right. All right. I lost myself for a little while. Yeah. I mean, Cancer, whatever happened here, I think you did something out of character. You took a risk. You might have lost a lot of money, or you might have ended up in an affair situation. I think someone potentially very intuitive figured out what was going on and they disconnected, male or female. But you care about this person, Cancer, and I think you want to sort this out. I think you want to sort this out. Gosh, guys. Yeah, because you want to feel that way again. You know, I mean, this could be you pulling a very dear family member back to you again because you simply miss them. You miss their smile, their personality, their jokes, whatever this is. You might have hurt this person. Or this could be you, Cancer, wanting to be with someone that you fell in love with. But maybe you sat there thinking, oh gosh, you know, well, this can never work because of X, Y, Z. You are standing up and the angels are saying, Cancer, fight for this. Fight for this. We are behind you the whole way. But you have to face Judgment Day. You have to speak your truth. And you have to say to someone, you need to collaborate with me. We can do this together, but we're going to have to be strong together in this. Okay? Wow, a very emotional reading for someone. So my beautiful Cancerians, I really hope that's helped you guys. Take care of you. Have a lovely weekend. And we're now moving to the sign of Leo. Hello, my beautiful Leos. How goes it, guys? Hope you're well. Hope you're happy. Let's jump in, figure out what's going to be happening, Leo. Archangel Michael, what do we have for Leo, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Friday, the 22nd of May, heading into the weekend and into a brand new week. I keep hearing a fish out of water, a fish out of water, a fish out of water. You may feel, Leo, you don't fit in with your environment. You don't feel comfortable in your environment. You may feel as if you're in a job that just doesn't suit you. You may be in a partnership, but you guys are just not gelling. You may be living in an area, or you may be in a lifestyle, Leo, that you just don't connect with. I'm hearing someone say to themselves, why am I here? How come I'm here? Yeah. You may almost feel, Leo, as if, wow, you're living somebody else's life. I don't think this life was meant to be for me. How come I'm here in this environment, in this job, with this person, in this lifestyle? This wasn't what I expected, right? Yeah, Leo. Wow, there's a lot of deep analysis and contemplation about where you are right now. Okay, so the deck is cut. We've got, oh my gosh. Let's start off. I always start off with the cards at the bottom of the deck. Two of Cups. Five of Cups. Queen of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Leo, why do I feel as if either you are a feminine, but you may have deep feelings for another feminine, but you've never been able to admit that to yourself. You may be married to a masculine, but you may feel deep down you're in love with another woman. And this is you thinking, I could never tell my husband, I just couldn't do it. You two may be behaving like friends, but you may actually be in love with this woman, okay? Could be a same-sex connection. Or Leo, you may be a masculine who is deeply in love with a Queen of Cups, but feeling guilty about it because you're married to a Queen of Pentacles. I can't believe I'm in a situation. I'm married to this woman, but I'm in love with the Queen of Cups. You know, I shouldn't be here. I should be with this Queen of Cups. It could be something like that, guys. Wow. And there we have a King of Wands. Leo, you're coming through as a King of Wands. I've got to admit, guys, you are in a very stable marriage situation with a Queen of Pentacles who may, bless her, be all about the stability of it. But I think you're quietly in love with a Queen of Cups. And the guilt is eating you up about this, but this is you feeling more and more disconnected from your wife. You may have a beautiful home, you may have rolling hills, you may have, you know, a lot of money in the bank, Leo, but you're not happy. You feel like a fish out of water. What am I doing here, living this life with this Queen of Pentacles? I should be with the Queen of Cups. Okay? All right. Page of Pentacles. Oh, Leo, are you going to declare your love? Oh, wow. Leo, I think you are trying to figure out how to change your situation. You know what I think this is? You could be married to a Virgo. If you're married to a Virgo, Hermit, Page of Pentacles, you may be preparing to say to your wife, look, we've been together for X amount of years. I will always care about you, but I know we're not in love anymore. I see you more as a very good friend of mine. I feel after some soul searching, I want to go my own way. I'm sorry, but I feel as if we should part ways. You may be thinking, how would I speak to my wife about that, about divorce? I mean, could I say that to her? How would she react? At the same time, Leo, you may be thinking, how would I let this Queen of Cups know how I feel without frightening her away? Could I declare my love? Could I insinuate that I find her very attractive? Maybe if I gave her a little gift, she'd understand. Maybe if I bought her a plant or flowers, she'd get the fact that I am very attracted to her. She may not know, Leo, that you feel this way. You're doing some soul searching, Leo, because you don't feel as if you are in the right life for you. You may be in your head dreaming of living with this Queen of Cups in a very different life, in a different environment, in a different country, right? Now you've met this Queen of Cups, you just don't feel comfortable with your Queen of Pentacles. But you're taking some time out to think about things, Leo, because you don't know how to handle this. But you want to take charge. You want to take charge with the energy of the Emperor. Wow, Leo. And you want to move yourself to calmer waters. I can do this. I can live a brand new life. I can be happy. But I'm going to have to be strong. I'm going to have to be brave. And I'm going to have to tread very gently because I don't want to hurt my Queen of Pentacles. You two may be married for many, many, many years. And you don't want to cause the Queen of Cups to freak out and run away from you because she may know you as a married man, Leo. I think you've been holding feelings for this Queen of Cups for quite a long time. What you've been thinking about is, how can I tell her? Because she knows I'm married. She's just going to see me wanting to pull her into an affair situation. But I don't think that's actually, Leo, what you want to do because you are dreaming of a future. You're not just physically attracted to the Queen of Cups, you are in love. Two of Cups, you're in love. And you've been feeling like this for a long time, feeling guilty about it. You may have been treating this Queen of Cups as a friend. She could be somebody you work with. She could be a next door neighbour. She could even be a friend of your wife, heaven forbid. Right? Leo. Okay, guys. You need to get brave, yeah. Because, Leo, it's been a long time coming. I have a feeling I'm connecting with a masculine Leo who may still be in the prime of his life. You might have been married for a long time, Leo. You know there is a spark between you and the Queen of Cups. You might have seen it fleetingly. You might have felt that she was attracted to you sometimes as well. But you may know that she stayed away from you. She distanced herself because she knew you were married. This is a woman who wouldn't want to break up a happy home. This is a woman who also wouldn't want to be treated as a third party. Okay? But Leo, I think you're going to declare yourself. Yeah. Wow. I think you are going to tentatively suggest to the Queen of Cups that you meet up every now and again. We can have coffee. We can go and have lunch. You don't want to scare her away. You don't want to pull her into, I'm hearing, a sordid love triangle, but you do want her to know how you feel. At the same time, I think, Leo, you are going to make inroads in apologizing to your wife. I am so, so sorry, but I think this has been a long time coming. I will help you financially. I will be very generous in our settlement, in the settlement to you. But I want to divorce. I think, Leo, that's what you're going to do, guys. Yeah. Finally, Leo, you're going to allow yourself to sit in self-love. Yeah. And it may take a court case with the energy of justice. Wow, Leo. I'm feeling very emotional for someone out there. Yeah, because, Leo, you are dreaming of a brand new happy life with the Queen of Cups. You've been dreaming about this, Leo. And I think this is you realizing, if I don't do it now, I never will. I never will. Yeah. The Sun. What you're thinking about is, I want to be happy. I want to grow and expand. I want a different type of life. You may be dreaming of living with this Queen of Cups in this new lifestyle. I don't know. You could have been with this Queen of Pentacles in a beautiful rambling house for the last 25, 30 years, Leo. You might have met a very sort of active, loving, warm, affectionate Queen of Cups. You might live in a two-bed flat somewhere completely different. And you may be thinking, wow, you know, it's going to be a very different lifestyle, but she gives me life. She makes me happy. She makes me smile. This could be somebody who has a beautiful, bright energy to her. And it may well be that, bless her, your Queen of Pentacles has been all about the stability of the marriage. And she may have put many, many, many years of her life into building a beautiful home, you know, looking after both of you, bearing children. But, Leo, she doesn't look very happy either. You may know deep down that your wife isn't happy either, but maybe you thought to yourself, well, maybe this is my lot, you know? You could have been a 50 or 60-year-old guy and you're thinking, well, maybe this is my lot. This is what I've got to just accept. But having met the Queen of Cups, it's kind of thrown all the cards in the air. And this is you thinking, no, I want to be happy. And I think I could be happy with this Queen of Cups. You've been thinking about this. Four of Swords. You have been thinking about this, Leo. And what I think you're deciding to do is manifest this Queen of Cups into your life, deeper into your life. Yeah. And I think even with the Seven of Wands, if your wife says, oh no, I think we should mend the situation, you know, I think we should try and heal our marriage. I've got to be honest, Leo, you may turn around to your partner and say, I am sorry, but I can't do that. And you may have the courage to be honest and admit the fact that you fell in love with another woman. You may be honest enough to admit the fact that you fell in love with the Queen of Cups. And you want to embrace change with the Three of Wands. I think, Leo, you have been considering how to manage this situation for quite a while. What if my partner said that? What if this Queen of Cups reacted in that way? You have been thinking about this a lot, Leo. But you know what? I think you're going to go for it because I'm hearing life is too short. Oh, my word. Okay, Leo. So, guys, let's have a look and see what you would want to say to your partner. Here we go. The hidden truth. So, Leo, you're coming through as a King of Wands and you are married to a Queen of Pentacles. What would you want to say to your married partner? I think you're married to the Queen of Pentacles. What would you want to say to her? Fascinating. Okay, Leo, you and I were too young. So, Leo, maybe you guys got married when you were sort of very early 20s, and it might be that you two have simply grown apart. It may be you sort of turned into different types of people, but you stuck with each other because of all the memories, maybe kids, holidays, years and years and years of memories, right? You and I were too young, but she was the best thing in your life. She might have helped you in your career. She might have been very supportive of you, Leo, over the years. What else would you want to say to your Queen of Pentacles? We need to let each other go. I felt it coming. Yeah. I think that's what you're going to say to her, Leo. I mean, this could be a series of very private, sensitive conversations, not just one conversation. You're going to say, you know, we've known each other many, 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 many years. We married very young, right? You were the best thing in my life. I couldn't have done this without you. I wouldn't have been this happy without you. You were my rock. You were my stability. You're an incredible wife. I mean, whatever you want to say. But there will come a time, Leo, that on one of these conversations you will end up saying, but we now need to let each other go. We now need to go our separate ways. That is what you're going to say to your partner. All right, Leo, goodness. Now, what are you going to say to your Queen of Cups, or the woman that you want to be with? Gosh, okay, Leo. You're just going to blurt it out. I'm just so attracted to you. I'm just so attracted to you. Okay. Oh, gosh, Leo. Yeah, I mean, I'm so attracted to you. I want you. Ooh. Does she light your fire, Leo? Is she super sexy? I don't know. What else are you going to say to the Queen of Cups? I can't stop thinking about you. Oh my gosh, Leo, are you a bit obsessed? Are you obsessed? Oh my gosh. What is she going to say to you if you declare yourself? If you start flirting with her, bring her little gifts. I know that you know I'm married, but I have these feelings for you. I'm considering changing my living situation. What would she say to that? Oops. Oh, gosh. Leo, does she love you too? Does she love you too? I mean, wow. I didn't expect that. Okay. Leo, it might be a done deal. I mean, it may well be that she fell in love with you too, but she stayed away from you because she knew you were married and she didn't want to be heartbroken. So, Leo, you have a decision to make, guys. I think you have reached a point in your life where you want change. I think you've met someone that you've fallen for, this Queen of Cups. I think you need to handle this very sensitively with your Queen of Pentacles. You are going to give her a very generous settlement. You may even talk to her about children here, but you're going to sit in self-love. You may go through divorce. And I think, Leo, you are going to plan to build a new life with your Queen of Cups. Okay? So, Leo, oh my gosh, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Take care of you. And we're now moving to the sign of Virgo. Hello, my beautiful Virgos. It is that time again. I hope you guys are well. Thank you so much for being here, my beautiful Virgos. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for Virgo, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Friday, the 22nd of May, 2026. What do we have for my Virgos? Thank you, Michael. I'm seeing somebody opening up a window and breathing in the fresh air. And they're saying to themselves that that's a very different view than I'm used to. Wow, look at that view. I don't know, Virgo, whether or not you're going on holiday. Whether or not you are going into a house and could be somebody else's house and thinking, oh, I wish I had their view. Or you could be house hunting. Oh, look at that view. I don't know, guys. Let's just delve in, shall we? Let's have a look. Ace of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, guys. Queen of Swords. Okay, Virgo. The Empress. Five of Cups. Virgo, you have been sitting in self-love on a lot of money. You have been sitting in self-love, staying put in your environment, possibly sitting in a very expensive house. I think, Virgo, you have faced an issue between two women here. I actually think I'm connecting with a masculine, and I'm so sorry. It happens a lot. I don't know why. But I do connect a lot with masculine energies in my reading. Virgo, you are dealing with issues between two women in your life. One could be your wife, one could be your daughter. Whatever's going on here, there's a sense of how can I sort this out? It could be a massive personality clash between two women you care about in your life. It could be your own mother and your wife. Okay, maybe your mother doesn't like your wife. Whatever's going on here, you are thinking of a massive change. For some reason, Virgo, you feel that if you make a big change, and it could be environmental, this issue between these two women will be resolved, or it won't be a problem because maybe you're planning on moving one woman away from the other somehow. Somehow. And that might be the truth, Ace of Swords. Because you've also told yourself the truth, Virgo. Okay, that someone here is sat very stable with a lot of stability, a great foundation, single, and maybe someone isn't. Is that the problem? We have the Lovers, Gemini energy, and a Queen of Cups. Okay. Virgo, you're in a bit of a tangled mess here, guys, because... Oh, Virgo, what have you been doing? You might have had a fling, fallen in love with someone. Could be a Queen of Cups, who could be your lover, okay? I've got to be honest. She's financially stable. This is a woman that I think you want to build a life with. But you're married, Empress, and you may have a daughter who's an older daughter, Queen of Swords, who is not happy with the Empress, not happy with your wife. This could be mother-daughter having issues, or two daughters having issues. Or someone found out that you might have been having a fling with a Queen of Cups and everything's kind of disintegrated. I've got to be honest, Virgo, I think you want to pursue a relationship with a Queen of Cups. I think you see this woman in your future, but you have to sort out the problem that you're facing in your family dynamic. It could be financial. There could be jealousy to do with who received what over the last few years. You're wanting to sort this out, Virgo, because then I've got to be honest, what you're hoping to do is just cut off and build a life with your Queen of Cups. I think that's what you're planning on doing. Okay, she could be a Scorpio female. Yeah. You want to completely transform the situation, Virgo, so when you walk away, because I think you are planning on walking away, when you walk away, you want your family to be relatively settled and happy. You don't want to walk away and leave them warring with each other, right? Slinging insults at each other. Someone's jealous about somebody else. Somebody got money and somebody else didn't get money. I mean, Virgo, whatever this is, this could be to do with child support, inheritance. This could be to do with a property. But two women that you are very close to are not getting on. And there's a lot of guilt because you might have something to do with that, Virgo. You might have treated one child very, very well, or given one child a lot of support and with the other child, didn't bother, right? There's a lot of jealousy and arguments and backstabbing and angst in your environment. And Virgo, what you've been telling yourself is, if you can sort this out, and it might actually mean a move, because you seem to be sitting in self-love on the Ten of Pentacles, you're thinking, I could sort this out. If you do sort it out, I think you would feel less guilty about detaching to be with a woman that you love, because you want to change your whole situation, Virgo. Yeah, you want to leave. You want victory and success with the Queen of Cups. She could be a Scorpio, she could be a Cancerian. But you know, Virgo, that you need to sort out your family situation first. Yeah. You want to close out a cycle. Wow. You may even want to move to another area of the world to live with this woman. She could live in another country. She could live in Italy. She could live in America. She could live in Portugal. I don't know where this woman lives, but I think you two live at a distance. I think you two live at a distance. Yeah. I think you're planning on living together. You're planning on building a life with this woman. Yeah. But you feel too damn guilty leaving the family, sort of arguing as you turn your back. You can't do that. You don't want to do that. For your own peace of mind, to know that you have done, in inverted commas, the right thing, taken responsibility, taken control. I think, Virgo, you are wanting to sort this out before you then say, okay, glad everyone's happy again. Glad I've sorted everything out. I now want to be happy myself. Okay, yeah. So guys, underneath the deck we have the Magician, Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. So Virgo, you are wanting to move into a new cycle that you believe is fated. You might have met someone and you might have thought this was meant to be. I kind of feel as if we met for a reason. I think, Virgo, though, there was a lot of breadcrumbing within the family. You might have given money to one person and not the other. Or you may have been thinking about sorting out the finances because you may be planning on divorcing, okay? It might well be that with the Hangman, someone was left to suffer, somebody was left to sacrifice. You could be planning on divorcing a Pisces, or you could have breadcrumbed a Pisces. Page of Pentacles, and Virgo, this is you thinking that's where it all started. That's where all this warring and arguments and jealousy and backstabbing, that's where it all started. I think, Virgo, with the Two of Swords, it may well be that you know someone's very upset. There could also be issues with someone receiving a gift and the other person receiving a lot of money. This is the equivalent, Virgo, of you giving somebody a car, right? But then you gave somebody else an actual house. That's the difference. You gave someone enough to sit in affluence for the rest of their life, 9 of Pentacles, single woman. Whereas you gave somebody else a Page of Pentacles energy, which wasn't equal, it wasn't fair, right? And I think with the Two of Swords, whoever felt hard done by or whomever felt this wasn't fair might have started to detach from you. And Virgo, this is you feeling heartbroken about that. 3 of Swords. You've been feeling heartbroken about that. I cannot leave with my family arguing as I walk out the door. It is not right. I can't do that. Because Virgo, you may have been the cause of this disruption. Okay, and I think you have been considering what to do, 4 of Swords. You want to sort this out. So Virgo, let's have a look at the hidden truth. So Virgo, what would you want to say to the Empress? Now the Empress could be your wife. Ooh, I know I was a distraction from your pain. Maybe you felt, Virgo, that your wife didn't love you anymore. Or your wife fell in love with another man, but she stayed with you. I know I was a distraction from your pain. What else do you want to say to, I'm going to say your wife. this Empress, what do you want to say to your wife? Okay, I hide behind material things. Maybe, Virgo, that was half of the problem. Maybe you didn't want to be generous. Maybe you wanted to lock down your money, you know. We need to be careful, or I need to watch my finances. Deep down, Virgo, you might have been of that mindset because you wanted to have enough to build a life with this new woman. But you couldn't tell your wife that, or anyone else that was connected to you, maybe children, older children, because you'd have to release the secret, which was you were planning on divorcing to move forward with a lover. And so, Virgo, the whole thing just caved in. The whole thing just caved in. This all just started to disintegrate. Okay, wow. So Virgo, maybe that was the issue. You might have seen your wife flirting with someone, and you may have known that you fell in love with the Queen of Cups. Lovers, right? Who could be a single affluent woman. And this is you thinking, okay, what are we doing here? My wife has possibly fallen in love with another man. I left when I saw you with someone. And what you're saying to her is, I know I was a distraction from your pain. You might have felt your wife stayed with you for financial stability. And almost, Virgo, it could be that she saw you as someone she'd known for many years who would help her get over heartbreak. I mean, a strange situation, but that happens. This is your wife feeling heartbroken because she's married to you, in love with another man, but she may have stayed with you because she might have thought, Virgo gives me a lot of comfort. Virgo's always there as a support. Strange, but yeah. But Virgo, I think the jig is up. I think you know you're both in love with different people here. But there is a massive wrangle between your wife and a particular woman in the family. I think we've got two women here and your wife. These two could be sisters. Okay. Let's have a look at what this Queen of Swords, who doesn't seem to be very happy, talking to your wife about the Ten of Pentacles, could be, why did you breadcrumb me? Why did you treat me and another family member so differently? I'm upset. This was unfair, right? So the Queen of Swords has got an issue. What would she want to say to you? Oh, Virgo, you came closer than anyone. This could have been a very special connection you had with this woman. This could have been a father-daughter connection, okay? Could have been something like that. Wow. Sometimes I stay awake thinking of you. She may wonder, Virgo, why you treated her so differently than someone else in the family. What did she do wrong? Did you not like her? Did you not love her? Did you not care about her? Why did you treat her so differently? This was painful for this woman. This cut very, very deep. That's why she's got a sword raised. This is someone who's been in pain, who seems to be communicating with your wife, maybe her mother. Mom, what went on here? Does Dad still love me? Does Dad still care? I don't think he ever did. Why did this happen? She's very upset. She stays awake wondering why you treated her in the way that you did, Virgo. But at the time, she didn't know that the reason why you were hanging on to your money was because you wanted to build a different life with a Queen of Cups, who's possibly a Scorpio or a Cancerian. You were planning on ending your marriage. Now, your wife may have known about that, but she couldn't tell your daughter that that's why you were hanging on to your money, because maybe you guys wanted to keep this divorce quiet from her. Whereas we have another family member here who seems to be sitting in the lap of luxury, doing very well, who may know all about your lover and the fact that you two are divorcing. Now, you may have given this other family member a lot of stability, either to keep her mouth shut so she wouldn't tell another member of the family who was the Queen of Swords, Or you may have given her a lot of money, so you at least knew that she would be stable going forward if you two divorced. This feels very complicated, Virgo. But this Queen of Swords has been cut very deeply pertaining to the situation. What else would this Queen of Swords want to say to Virgo? This is a woman who's very, very upset, Virgo. Yeah. It was extremely hard for her to emotionally disconnect from you. But she has done, and she's turned into the Queen of Swords out of upset and hurt. She thinks about you still. You two had a very close bond at some point. But this is the woman who I think you want to try and sort things out with. Okay? Oh my gosh. What would you want to say to the Queen of Swords? This is what she's saying to you. This is what you are saying to your wife. What are you saying to the Queen of Swords, the person that was upset? Oh, okay, Virgo. Maybe you don't know what to say to her. Maybe you know that she deserves an apology, but you might find that difficult. Or you may feel if I apologize, she's going to ask a lot of questions and I can't tell her that I'm divorcing, say, her mother to live with another woman. Maybe, Virgo, you know, this is you thinking you were planning on hiding it from this woman. She might have lived at a distance. We have travel cards here, Chariot, the world, right? Anyway, Virgo, I am going to leave it there. I really hope it's helped. Take care of you. And we're now moving to the sign of Libra. All right, my beautiful Libras. I hope you guys are well. Thank you for being here, people. Let's dive in and find out what may be happening over the next few days, okay? Archangel Michael, what do we have for my Libras? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Friday, the 22nd of May, 2026. Ah, bring on the summer. Bring on the summer months. What do we have for Libra? Thank you, Michael. I'm seeing somebody carrying a basket rather of eggs. So, Libra, you don't know if you should put all your eggs in one basket. If this is anything to do with love, you may feel, am I ready to go all in and get really serious with one person? Okay, you might have been dating for quite a long time. It may be, Libra, financial. Should I put all my money in this particular investment scheme, or should I put money into lots of different investment schemes but a smaller amount? It could even be that, guys. I don't know. Let's see. Oh wow, okay, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you may be trying to make a decision pertaining to finances, or you are trying to figure out, should I go all in or not? Whatever that means for you. Should I go all in or not is what I'm hearing. Wow. Okay. Ace of Cups. Should I walk away or not? Empress. Empress. Now, Libra, this is you. Taurian Libra energy. Are you considering walking away from a husband or walking away from a family situation? Or are you considering a very big move? Relocation? The High Priestess. Libra, you are trying to lean on your intuition. You are trying to lean on your intuition. This is a very big decision for you. This is you seeking spiritual advice. You may be, staring at the moon, and in your head you may be saying, oh, angels, archangels, what do? I don't know what to do. Is this the right thing to do or not? Okay, Libra. 8 of Wands. Now, I don't know, Libra, whether or not somebody wants an answer from you, or whether or not you are talking to someone about this decision that you need to make. You could be speaking to a friend of yours. I need advice. I need advice. I think I really want to do this, but I'm not certain. What would you do? Libra, I feel as if you need a friend to talk to at this point of time, because this seems a very serious decision. Wow. Okay. You could be talking to a Capricorn. Or you may be saying to someone, I am in a very difficult situation and I don't know what to do. If you were in my shoes, would you walk away? Would you relocate or not? Wow. What you want out of this, Libra, is to simply move to calmer waters. You want to be happy. You want to be at peace. You want to feel as if you're living the life you always wanted to live. But you seem to have a major problem in making a decision to walk away. Whatever that means for you, could mean leaving somebody, it could mean moving to a different area, it could mean selling one property and buying a smaller property. Whatever this is, it could even be somebody has asked you to move to live with them and you're not sure you're ready. This could be romantic. I don't know. You're thinking about the past. You're thinking about the past. Libra, this could be somebody who comes back to you from the past, a past life soulmate. And what you're thinking about is, wow, this person's contacted me out of nowhere to say, I want to be with you, I want us to live together, and they are putting that question to you. This could be a boyfriend from years back who suddenly got divorced, contacts you and says, Libra, I think that it always should have been you and I, but you and I were too young. I've now gone through divorce. You could be divorced yourself, Libra, or you might never have married. And this is this person basically saying, come live with me, come be my love, you know, like that song. And this is you thinking, oh my gosh, but I built a life here, I have my career here, or I run a business here. This person wants me to move to live with them. Whatever this is, guys, this is a really serious decision. Oh my goodness. 10 of Swords. All right. There might have been betrayal in the past, Libra. Okay, because somebody took their time, or you might have felt betrayed because somebody didn't take action when they needed to. And they are now giving you a big opportunity, but it means you having to move, Libra. Wow, okay. And with the 5 of Swords, it's almost as if you can't make this decision. I don't want to make this decision. I can't make this decision. It's too difficult. Libra, you may need some time. I mean, this is you saying to whoever is offering you this, and this will be someone in particular, what you're saying to them is, I really need time. I can't make a decision. This has come out of the blue. I need some time. This could be someone who always wanted to be with you, but they married somebody else, or you two lived in different countries. Again, they may be divorced, but this is an ex who could have left you heartbroken and married somebody else. They're now moving towards you to say, you're the one, you were always the one, but, you know, I had to take my time trying to get out of the situation I was in. I'm free of that now. I want us to live together. But you would have to make a decision to leave your home, your environment, your family who may live close to you, your neighborhood, right? Your friends, your job, and you're thinking, wow, I'm just not sure. I love this person, but they're asking a lot of me, and they betrayed me in the past. You may need time, Libra. You may need time. Underneath the deck, we have a King of Cups. So this could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, Libra, who is approaching you. I think he has been looking at options of bringing you back into his life. Now, this is not necessarily romantic, guys. This could be a family situation. You may have felt very disconnected from a King of Cups in your family. They might not have done the right thing. They may have even sat in toxic energy. And this is them finally doing the right thing. But it could be that they need something from you if they give you this opportunity. Now, Libra, pulling out of thin air, this could be something like you always having been at odds with your brother, but your brother has come into a lot of money. It could even be a lottery win or something like that, done well in a business. He now wants to help you and put a family squabble to one side, but he's saying to you, Libra, you'd have to come and manage the business with me, and then I will be happy to give you 50% of the business. Or I'm very happy to help you get on the housing ladder, but I need you to help me look after our elderly parents. Something like that. And this is you thinking, well, I expected him to because he was going to receive the majority of family inheritance and he was happy to do it. Now he may be under pressure, feeling, well, I need Libra's help. So he's offering you 50% of his inheritance with the hope that you would move to help look after elderly parents. But Libra, this is you thinking, but he lives in another country, right? Or, oh my gosh, he lives 7 states away. I'd have to change my whole life to make that happen. He's been looking at options, Libra, and to be honest, he's been feeling heartbroken. Because whomever this was took a massive leap of faith and a risk, and it could have something to do with business, legalities, okay, a contract, something like that, which might have put you in a very difficult situation, Libra. You might have felt betrayed because of this. I don't think you were very happy with the Knight of Swords. And I think he's been feeling guilty because he might have been sneaky about this. 7 of Swords, he might have been sneaky about this. I'm saying he, guys, because this is a King of Cups, okay? And Libra, you're coming through as an Empress. Okay, just in case you wondered. But Libra, you're going to have to do a lot of thinking. We have the Sun. Libra, you could sit in a place of happiness and stability, but there is a condition, Libra. You would have to do something for this King of Cups in return, or you would have to let bygones be bygones and maybe reunite with a member of a family or reunite with him and maybe get to know his parents, if this is love, and move to his country for this to work. There is a condition. There is a condition, Libra, and this is you thinking, I just don't know what to do. It's as if part of you is thinking, I really don't want to miss this opportunity. This will be an incredible opportunity for me. This could make you very happy for the rest of your life, Libra, but you would have to relocate. There is something about you having to uproot and move for this opportunity, whether or not it is financial, whether or not it is to do with a family dynamic, whether or not it is to do with love. You would have to move, and that is the problem. Because, you know, moving house and moving to a completely different location is very, very stressful. Anyway, guys, let's have a look and see what this King of Cups would want to say to you. Here we go, the hidden truth. Archangel Michael, what would this King of Cups want to say to my Libras? I remember every detail of that day. A particular day or a particular moment sticks in this man's mind, good or bad, Libra. Okay. I lost myself for a little while. He might have made a very bad decision, or he might have just been looking back at the past in regret about how things worked out with you or didn't work out. Okay. I want to tell you how I feel. Okay, Libra, this is going to take a really serious conversation. Cards on the table, no holds barred. There might be tears, there might be anger. You two may end up laughing, I don't know. But the whole point of this King of Cups speaking to you, Libra, is concerning him wanting you to move, wanting you to relocate. And that's something that you're not sure you're ready to do. This is you thinking, oh my gosh, but he sabotaged the situation, but he betrayed me somehow, right? Maybe by withholding commitment or withholding money before. You're thinking about the Strength card. Maybe I should hold back. Maybe I should say no. But would I sabotage this blessing? I'm not sure what to do. Maybe you're thinking about your health, Libra. You could be thinking about a Leo in the mix. Could be you've got a child and you've got to think about changing them to another school. You might be thinking, I've just got to gather up the courage and not run away from this because this will be good for me. You're going to have to make a major decision, guys. Okay. Do we ask Archangel? No. Okay. Wow. He already knows what I was going to say. I was going to say, should we ask what you are? Should we ask how you're feeling about this? I think we already know. But also, Libra, I don't think you, at this point of time, know what decision you're going to make. You may need a few weeks to think about this. This is a big deal. Okay. So, Libra, I'm going to leave it there. I hope it's helped, guys. Take care of you. And we are now moving to the sign of Scorpio. All right, my beautiful Scorpios. Here we go, my beautiful Scorps. Let's see what's going on, guys. Oh, I'm seeing somebody opening and shutting a door over and over again. Are we looking at an open and shut case? Well, it's pretty clear, right? Pretty obvious. Or are you deliberating, closing out a cycle? You know, are you sort of wanting to leave the door just ajar, just in case? Or are you annoyed that somebody just keeps running in and out of your life? You know, 1 minute they're here, next minute they've gone, don't really know what they do in between. You are in your head about this, my Scorps. You don't know what to make of this, or you don't know what to do about this. Or for you, it may be obvious what this person should do, but they might be deliberating. They may have said to you, oh, I don't really know what to do. And you may look at this person and say to them, well, I know exactly what you should do, but I don't think you want to do it, right? Okay, we have a King of Cups. Could be you, Scorps, as a masculine, or you could be talking to a King of Cups. Two of Wands, standing at crossroads. Standing at crossroads, guys. Thinking about the sun. Standing at crossroads, wanting to be happy, or thinking about somebody in a different area. Maybe. You could be thinking of a Leo. Oh, and we have a King of Wands. Okie dokie. Could be a same-sex connection, guys. Or, Scorps, you may have received some enlightenment about a King of Wands. Okay? Could be a member of your family. Could be a business partner. I don't know. 8 of Pentacles. Whoever the King of Wands is, Scorps, is looking at money, wanting to work on a situation because it may be, Scorpio, that he wants his wish come true, but it could entail a little bit of overindulgence. And so he's been holding back from making this decision. More Leo energy. It might be he has had health issues to do with overindulging. It could be this guy used to drink a lot. I don't know. Something like that. 5 of Swords. Page of Cups. Okay. I think, Scorpio, whoever this person is, this King of Wands is, wanted, I've got to be honest, to sit in overindulgence. And so he's held back from making a firm decision. But what he's been thinking about is, if I don't make a decision, I'm going to sabotage a situation. And he could be apologizing to you about that. I'm sorry, I didn't know what decision to make. I'm sorry, I was looking at money. I'm sorry, I wanted to work on this. But he may even have had a health scare in the middle of working on this. And then this is him saying to you, I hope it's not too late. I hope I haven't sabotaged this. I'm sorry. Because Scorpio, you may have been waiting. You could have been waiting for him in another country. Who knows? Who knows? The Lovers. Alrighty. Could be a same-sex connection, guys. Gemini energy with the Lovers. All right. Knight of Swords. There was an argument here between you two, because you might have felt, Scorpio, this King of Wands rushed towards you, got victory and success, had a great time with you, and then see you later, right? You might have been waiting for him to come back to you, Scorpio. But I think what this King of Wands has been thinking about is the Ten of Pentacles. What I'm getting here, guys, and I'm sorry if this seems a bit far-fetched, is you could have been in a relationship, Scorpio, with a King of Wands that you were very attracted to, but he could have been married to somebody else, could even have been married to a woman in another country. He might have gone on a business trip, met you, you guys had a same-sex fling, which was supposed to be kept quiet. You hoped this guy would come back to you, but he didn't because he had health issues, because he was overindulgent. And then he didn't know what to say to you because he could have sabotaged a situation with you. He might have felt it was over with you, or even worse, he could have sabotaged a situation relating to one of his children. But you have been there thinking, well, where is this King of Wands? Because I want to be with him. You might have been angry, thinking he just used you for a fling, sitting in ego. But in actual fact, Scorpio, if you're the King of Cups here, he's been thinking about you as much as you have been thinking about him. But there is a Ten of Pentacles situation hanging in the balance. There's been a Ten of Pentacles situation hanging in the balance. 6 of Cups. This guy could have children, 2 children maybe. Judgment. Wow, this guy is under judgment by the divine for something he did in the past, which might have been him sat in shadow energy. Wow, guys, seriously. We've got the past here, we've got judgment, and we've got the devil. I mean, this is Archangel Michael battling the devil. Yeah, this guy is pulled between doing what he wants to do, which possibly, Scorpio, is to just dump everything, leave everyone, right, and be with you, or to do the right thing, which might be to sort out family and money and to admit to whomever he's connected to that he's fallen in love with you, okay? He might be embarrassed, I don't know. The divine is asking him to do the right thing, to speak his truth and be honest. I think if he has the courage to do that, Scorpio, the door is going to open for you two to be together. With the energy of the Ace of Pentacles, you two may even previously have been talking about, you know, where you'd live. Would you live in his area? Would he live in your area? How you decorate the place? I mean, I don't know. But we have a child here who might be very angry. And we've got him sat looking at his money, thinking, what do I do? What do I do? Do I walk away from Scorpio, or do I walk away from my children, my wife? And on top of that, he's had health issues with the energy of the Four of Swords. So Scorps, he will make a decision, but this was a massive delay in you two trying to plan a future together. I think he is going to come back to you, Scorpio. I think he is. But he wants you to be patient, because I think there's a very complicated situation that he's dealing with behind the scenes. It could be to do with children and money. Okay, Page of Pentacles. And he may want to talk to you about that. 8 of Wands. I've got to sort out the kids. I've got to sort out money here. I'm trying to look at options. Okay, bless. He's feeling heartbroken. He's feeling heartbroken. Okay. Yeah, I think he's distancing himself, Scorpio. He could be a Virgo, masculine, sat in the King of Wands. He's doing a lot of soul searching about what he really wants for the future. And I think then he's going to communicate with you and say, okay, this is what I've decided. You're just going to have to give him a bit of time. All right. So here we go, guys, the hidden truth. Scorpio, what would you want to say to this King of Wands? What would you want to say to this King of Wands? Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I think you guys fell in love. It might have been sudden. It might have been unexpected. So many things remind me of you. Oh, Scorpio. You two might have met on the quiet, clandestine. It could be he travelled quietly to see you whilst his wife was away. You know, that sort of thing. I really do feel as if this guy was in a traditional relationship with kids and a wife. 10 of Pentacles. He could have been married to another guy, but I'm just getting someone here who might have had issues in admitting to himself that he was attracted to same-sex connections. And then he met you, you know, and it all became clear. I want to be with my King of Cups. Yeah. Wow, I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson. He's had to go through quite a lot emotionally and learn from the situation. I think he's faced karma. It could be to do with his family. It could be to do with money. He's had to face karma. And he's also, I think, been coming to terms with what he really wants going forward, who he really wants. Maybe he's realised it's you, Scorpio. What would you want to say to your King of Wands? I couldn't let you get close to me. Okay, maybe, Scorpio, you kept him at arm's length because you were nervous it was just going to be a fling. Oh, Scorpio, I love you. You fell in love with this man. Oh my goodness, guys. You fell in love with this. I'm hearing kind, gentle man. Okay. I'd bury myself in work to forget you. But Scorpio, I don't think you have. I don't think you have forgotten him. I think subconsciously you've been waiting for him to take action on you. But I don't know whether or not you know it. You know it now if you're watching this. But what you're realizing is he had a lot to cope with behind the scenes. A lot to cope with. Okay? All right, guys. So, my lovely Scorps, I hope that's helped. I'm leaving it there. Take care of you. And we are now moving to the sign of Sagittarius. Hello, my gorgeous Saggies. How are you? I hope you're well. Let's get into this, guys, and see what the cards have to say, right? Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Sagittarians, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Friday, the 22nd of May, heading into the weekend and into a brand new week. Thank you, Michael. I'm simply hearing I'm so stuck. I'm just stuck. Okay. Oh, Sag, do you feel stuck in a situation? Do you not know what to do? Do you feel there's no way out? Oh, guys. Okay. Let's figure this out, people. Yeah, Two of Swords. Sad you're just stuck. I just don't know what to do. Has someone blocked you? Do you feel that there's no way out of a situation? Do you feel blindfolded? You don't know what's going on with somebody else, so you can't make a decision? Oh, Saggy. Three of Swords. You're heartbroken. Or maybe you don't want to see, Sag, that you caused somebody else heartbreak. Maybe someone fell in love with you when you turned your back. I don't know. Three of Cups. 2 threes, Sag. You might be involved in a third-party situation, and we have you, Queen of Wands. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're very confused. I don't quite know what to do here. Okay. Sag, either you blocked someone who fell in love with you because this would have been a third-party situation, but you're sitting there thinking, but I want to be with this person. I'm just really confused, you know. Or it may well be that somebody wants to reunite with you, or somebody wants to pull you back into a situation, but you may have been heartbroken in the situation. So what you're thinking about is, I really don't want to do this. Is there any other option? I don't want to see this person. I don't want to talk to this person because they broke my heart. I don't want to do this, but Saggy may feel I have to. It could be to get the ball rolling, to move into a new cycle so you can progress. But Sag, it may be that this is the last thing you want to do. I don't know, guys. The Sun. There was some enlightenment, Sag, that was heartbreaking for you. It could be you found out about a Scorpio or a Leo, or a Scorpio and a Leo. I don't know. Or a Scorpio at a distance. And we got the Queen of Pentacles. And then we got a wife, a mother, an earth sign. And we have an Empress. Oh my gosh, okay. We got a lot of people in the mix, Sag. Wow, why do I feel this is incredibly complicated? Sag, you're either in a situation where you fell in love with someone, but they are married to somebody else, or they are in a long-term situation with somebody else. Or Sag, you are in a family situation where one of your parents had a fling with somebody at a distance. Their relationship is over and done with, and there could be a baby mama who's got pregnant. The third party could be pregnant, and you're there thinking, oh my gosh, you know, my dad wants me to meet his lover who's pregnant. She's my age. I feel really bad for my mom. I don't know what to do. I don't know which side, you know, I should be on here. They put me in a really awkward situation. It could be something like that. We got a lot of people here, Saggy. All you're thinking about is, I just want to detach from everyone and heal. This has been so heartbreaking for me. Wow. Yeah. I think a lot happened quite quickly, Sag, and it might have sort of left you reeling. Aquarian energy here. You're trying to see the bigger picture. You may be thinking of a child, or you may be thinking that someone's trying to heal because they've been given child support. Could be someone who got pregnant, or this could be you thinking, I should go and see someone and bring a gift and have a chat to someone here, but I really don't want to do it. The Magician, Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. But Sag, you may feel that you need to move to calmer waters you may feel, Sag, that everything's got a bit heavy, everything's got a bit sort of stressful for you. You may need someone's support, but this is someone who may not have been talking to you, or you may not have been talking to them. And so you've got to sort of break down their barriers, because maybe there's a lot going on in a family situation and you two have got to sort of stick together. I don't know. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Sag, you somehow have to manifest moving to calmer waters by communicating with someone or reuniting with someone, or accepting that your whole situation has changed here, accepting somebody new in the family, whatever this is, but you seem to be looking at past mistakes. It could be that you did something, you didn't think about it, everything then just disintegrated. Someone pointed the finger and said, okay, Sag, you need to help me pick up the pieces here, or we need your support here. And this is you thinking, I just don't want to go back into that mess. I don't want to go back in and try to sort things out and reunite with people, or be nice to someone when I really don't like them. I mean, whatever this is a tough call for you. But you may feel you've got no choice, because this seems a really heavy situation. This seems a really tricky, difficult situation, Sag. We've got the Hermit under the deck. You might be in a connection with a Virgo, or there could be a Virgo somehow in the mix who might have been holding on to money. He might have been holding back, holding on to money. Or this could be a female, I don't know. We got a King of Swords who may have been a bit strategic. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini might have been strategic relating to a Queen of Cups. Or it could be, Sag, that someone here is divorcing a Queen of Cups and you are being told, okay, Sag, the rest of the family's got to pull together because we've got massive change going on here. But Sag, it may well be that you just want to block this and walk away. You may feel embarrassed. How could my family behave that way? It could be, Sag, someone knows and somebody doesn't, and you've got to be the whistleblower. You've got to express the truth, and you're not looking forward to that. Eight of Pentacles. And whilst all this is going on, Sag, you're thinking about your money, you're thinking about work, and you're standing at crossroads. It's as if, wow, everything just tower crumbled. Everything just disintegrated. And you're there standing at crossroads thinking, I don't know what to do now. The world, a cycle is over. But what I also want to say, Sag, is the tower is over as well. So whatever went down here, and we have Temperance. We have Archangel Michael, okay? We also have your energy. This is your energy of Temperance. Whatever went down here was very difficult, very stressful. It might have happened incredibly fast. It might have stemmed from a difficult message of truth about the Ten of Pentacles. It might have stemmed from a difficult message of truth, a message of truth you didn't want to hear, or somebody else didn't want to hear, about a long-term commitment or about a lot of money. And Sag, I think since that time, everything has kind of just disintegrated. And someone is saying, Sag, I need your help with this, or you need to tell someone what's going on, or I want you to introduce so-and-so to this new person in my life. They're sort of saying, Sag, we need your help in this, but Two of Swords, it's as if nothing to do with me. Oh my God, no. I mean, heartbreak about a third-party situation. You're desperately looking at options. Is there any other way? I really don't want to do this. This is a really tough call, guys. Whatever is happening here, there's a lot of money at stake. I think there was deception here, heartbreak, somebody blocking somebody else, a lot of confusion. Somebody hanging on to money. Maybe somebody got pregnant with the Empress. You looking at past mistakes, or you're looking at your savings, and what you're thinking about is, I don't want anything to do with this. But somehow, Sag, you are involved, and somebody wants to pull you back in. Oh my word, Saggy. Could be an Emperor. We have an Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Now, Sag, this could be you. You could be the Queen of Wands. You could be the Queen of Pentacles. You could be the Empress. No. Let's have a look, Sag. I'm going to say that you are, for argument's sake, the Queen of Wands. That's the most obvious court card that you would be. So, Sag, let's have a look and see. Here we go, the hidden truth. Let's have a look and see what the Emperor... I feel the Emperor is somehow significant in the situation. Husband, father, lover, I don't know. Let's have a look at what the Emperor would want to say to you as the Queen of Wands. Archangel Michael, what would the Emperor want to say to Sag? You were the best thing in my life. Wow. Okay, guys. What else would the Emperor want to say to Sag? I wish things could be different. This Emperor seems to be under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. It's as if he's looking back thinking, wow, I wish this hadn't have happened. What else would the Emperor want to say to Sag? Wow, I hid who I really am from you. So this Emperor hid from you who they really were. And maybe, Sag, not only had you to deal with the shock of that, not only had you to cope with the shock of that, but maybe somebody else didn't know either. Again, you might have been a whistleblower. You might have tried to help him cover his tracks. He might have got someone pregnant, or you may have had to tell the Queen of Pentacles, or he was married and you were the third party. I mean, I don't know what happened here, guys. But this Emperor is saying to you, you were the best thing in my life, but I wish things could be different, and I hid who I really am from you, okay? I think this is very complicated, guys, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to delve any deeper, but I do hope this has helped someone. I feel as if, Sag, you have a decision to make here. It may take a couple of weeks for you to think about what you want to do. So, guys, I'm leaving it there. Have a lovely weekend. Take care of you. And we're now moving to the sign of Capricorn. Hello, my gorgeous Capricorns. I hope you guys are well. It is nearly the weekend, guys. Hang on in there. We're nearly there. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my gorgeous Cappies? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Friday, the 22nd of May, 2026. I'm seeing somebody taking a massive step to one side. You may be letting someone pass. You may be sidestepping an issue. You might be getting out of someone's way. Okay, what do we have for Cappy, please? Thank you, Michael. Friday, the 22nd of May. Can't believe, guys, June is around the corner. Hallelujah, right? What is for me, anyway. It has been the worst, cold, wet, damp, miserable spring ever. Anyway, here we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh, Judgment, Capricorn, Sag energy. This is a major life decision. This could be you calling Judgment Day on someone. It could be you being judged. Someone judging you. I don't know. The 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, Caps, you have to make a major decision about a long-term commitment. It could be to end it or to move into a long-term situation, marriage. Or someone is judging you relating to the 10 of Pentacles. I don't know, people. 5 of Pentacles. There's something here about someone feeling left out in the cold. Could be you. And we have the 9 of Swords. That's a lot of stress. And the 8 of Cups. Cappy, either someone is asking you to walk away from a long-term commitment, and you know you felt left out in the cold for the longest time, but you up until now, you just didn't want to look at doing that. But you're thinking, okay, maybe it's time. Sorry, guys, fiddling with the cards. Or Capricorn, somebody might be saying to you, you're sitting on the 10 of Pentacles, I'm broke. And this is you thinking, well, I know that, but I really don't want to walk away from the 10 of Pentacles. And someone may be pointing the finger at you. But Cappy, this isn't fair, right? Something like that. Let's carry on, guys. Gosh. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and Judgment. The Chariot, Cancerian energy. You're pulled in 2 different directions here. You could be thinking about work. You could be thinking about working on a situation, or you could be thinking about working on leaving. Leaving a dynamic, leaving a relationship, okay? And you're being very defensive. Okay, Caps, this is really difficult. You're almost saying to someone here, leave me alone. I cannot make this decision, or I don't want to make this decision. Don't force me to do this because it's not fair. This is you saying to someone, I'm busy, I'm working, I can't talk now, I'm sorry, I can't make this decision. And this is you putting up strong boundaries. But somebody wants to talk to you about the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles. Maybe someone who feels left out in the cold, maybe somebody who's struggling with money here, and you walking away and feeling guilty about walking away, maybe. Or you stressed that somebody has left and they want you to help them in some way. And this is you thinking, I don't want anything to do with it. Nothing to do with me, right? How could you put this on me, thinks Cappy. Guys. 4 of Cups. Cappy, somebody might have tried to apologize to you. You might have struggled in accepting someone's apology. You might have felt what they did was unforgivable. You're turning your back. I don't know, Caps, what happened here, but you're turning your back on drama, chaos, conflict, petty squabbling, jealousy issues. It's as if, oh my God, I don't want to be dealing with this. But you're burdened. I don't know whether or not somebody expects you to take charge, or they expect you to carry a burden for someone. And you're thinking, why should I? The World. Caps, I've got to be honest, I think you just want to drop the burden and close out the cycle, but somebody is saying, no, we can't do that, or I can't do that. This has to be worked on. This is a really important situation. And they're talking to you about this. Caps, it almost feels as if somebody needs your help. Somebody wants you to work with them on sorting out a situation, but you want this over and done with. Just thinking about this makes you feel burdened. Just thinking about it. Underneath the deck, Caps, we have the Queen of Cups. Now, this could be you. Loving, warm and giving in your heart space, or you could be thinking about a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. Okay. We then have the Emperor, Aries energy. Somebody wanted to take charge. We have the 7 of Cups. This Emperor is looking at options. relating to a Queen of Cups, or this is someone who is talking to you about looking at options to mend a situation, to bring justice and balance to a situation. But this is an emperor who doesn't quite know what to do, or needs your input, or may even need your financial assistance. We have the energy of Scorpio here, the Death card. I think, Happy, this emperor is saying we need to transform the situation, or I need your help in transforming the situation. The problem is, Cappy, I don't think you want anything to do with this. I don't think you want anything to do with this, guys. There may be someone here who's very, very angry. You might be very angry at this emperor, or this emperor may be very angry with you because he might see you turning your back. With the energy of the Magician, Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini, he's trying to manifest a healthy situation, but he has been holding back from doing that because he may need your help, Cappy. And I don't think you want to talk to him, whoever this emperor is. I don't think you're interested in communicating. And so the whole thing is ground to a halt. And nobody's moving. Nobody's saying anything. This is just stalemate. It may be to do with a third-party situation. It could be this emperor wants your help in reuniting a family situation that he might have sabotaged. I don't know. He might have had a fling. You might have lost respect for him, Cappy. And this could be somebody who's very close to you. Could be a family member. And this is you thinking, well, I don't respect this person anymore. They're saying they now need my help. And I don't know what to do because I really don't want to get involved. This could be really tricky, guys. So, Caps, whatever your situation is, let's see what this emperor would want to say to you. Yeah, because I don't think this emperor is you, Cappy. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what would the emperor want to say to Capricorn? What would the emperor want to say to Capricorn? I'm becoming a better person. So this emperor screwed up, my Caps, okay? Could have done a few things that he didn't think about that might have caused a lot of problems. Might have sat in his shadow a little bit. I wish things could be different. Okay, I think he really wants your help instead of mending a situation, Cappy. But you may be very disappointed in this man, in this emperor. What are you saying to him? Yep, wow. Caps, it's as if you want nothing to do with this. I'm not available. I don't want to talk. I don't want to communicate with you about this. I definitely don't want to get further involved. You're shutting the door, Capricorn. You are shutting the door, guys. Oh, Capricorn, you are closing the door. What else would you want to say to this emperor? Wow, okay, Caps. I'm sorry, guys. What you want to say to the emperor is, I wish I treated you better. So maybe you didn't treat this emperor very well. Could have been anyone. Everything kind of crumbled is what I can see. Because we have Judgment and then the 10 of Pentacles followed by the 5 of Pentacles. Either, Capricorn, there was a massive issue about money, or somebody felt left out in the cold in a relationship. And then we have stress and someone walking away, or you walked away. We have a family dynamic here, or a marriage, somebody wanting to win, working on winning a situation, sat in a bit of ego. And then we have all this drama, mind games, manipulation, someone feeling, you know, the weight of the world, very burdened, wanting the situation to close, but then communication coming in, which might reopen a wound of some kind, Cappy, you know? Anyway, guys, goodness me. This is going to be different for so many of you, so take it as it resonates, guys. But I'm leaving it there. Take care of you. Have a really good weekend. And we're now moving to the sign of Aquarius. Hello, my lovely Aquarians. How goes it, guys? My voice is nearly giving up the ghost, but I'm still here. I'm still here. Let's get into this, my lovely Aquarians. Okay, I'm just hearing someone say, I'm really sorry, but I can't do that. No. I'm being very firm about it. Okay. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Aquarians, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Friday, the 22nd of May. Someone keeps saying, no, sorry, no, I'm sorry, no. Wow. Could be you, could be somebody else. Okay. Oh, guys. The world. Closing out a cycle, Aquarius. Closing out a cycle. On a new path, Aqua. Wow, guys. Aries energy. Knight of Pentacles. The Wheel of Destiny. Ace of Cups. Aquarius. Somebody may be saying to you, Aqua, I need your help with this, or I want you to do this, or I think the best thing for you to do is move, something like that. The world can be travel, global travel, moving. But you may say to this person, look, you took a leap of faith and a risk, and you held back. I'm sorry, I'm moving into a new cycle of thinking about me now. I'm thinking about me now. I'm sitting in self-love. It feels, Aquarius, as if somebody is asking you to do something major to help them. But this is someone who might have turned their back on you in the past, somebody who might have withheld support from you. And so what you're saying to them is, look, I'm sorry, but I have to think about myself now. You sort out your own mess is what I'm getting. I don't think this is simply you on a brand new path wanting to commit to someone in a new relationship. We could say that. But Aqua, I feel this is a bit deeper. Let's just carry on, guys. The Queen of Wands. The Knight of Wands. Someone's rushing towards you, Aquarius, wanting to talk. Could be an Aries, Leo, Sag, female. Yes, she's rushing towards you to say, okay, Aquarius, we need to talk. We have to sort something out here. We have to look at options. And you might be looking at this person in disbelief. And you might be saying to them, what do you mean we have to look at options? What do you mean I have to be involved here? I think, Aquarius, whoever the Queen of Wands is, and I really don't think this is you, they have been in their head for the longest time, feeling as if you needed to be told something, or this could be somebody who got themselves into a difficult situation. They took rash action. They charged ahead without thinking. And now they're sort of coming to you saying, okay, Aquarius, what are we going to do about this? And you're thinking, nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. If you took a risk and you got yourself into some kind of tricky situation, don't blame me. I don't want to be involved in this. I'm on a brand new path. Guys, you may be standing up for yourself. We have the Hermit, Virgo energy. And we have a King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Aquarius, you may be doing some thinking about a Virgo or a water sign king. And you may be thinking about the fact that I'm hearing previously you cared. But as soon as somebody made it very clear that they didn't really care about you, I think you switched off your emotions, guys. And I know that sounds awful. Yes, because whatever happened here turned into a mess. Turned into a mess. It became completely toxic because somebody lied. Somebody withheld the truth. Somebody sat in the Seven of Swords. And Aquarius, I think you're turning your back almost in disgust. I keep hearing again, it's your mess. You sorted out, nothing to do with me. You are closing out the cycle. You are on a brand new path. You are thinking about your future. You're moving into a new cycle of sitting in self-love, which means, Aquarius, you did not sit in self-love in the past. You might have tried to help someone. You might have been there to support other people, but I don't think they supported you. And whoever the Queen of Wands was, and maybe even a King of Cups, we've also got Virgo and Capricorn here. I think between them they created a mess and they didn't really know what to do when the tower fell. I think they're trying to pull you in to help them rebuild the tower. But I think you're standing well back from this, basically saying, you made your bed, go lie in it. Sorry. You made your bed, go lie in it, says Aquarius. Yeah, yeah. I think with the energy of the Ten of Wands, they left you in a very, very difficult situation. They left you burdened because the tower fell. And I'm hearing nothing to do with you, Aquarius. I think you pulled back. You stayed well out of this. There could have been an emperor involved, okay. There could have been children involved, or you may have been very angry with this emperor. I think they put you in a really difficult situation. You had to stand in the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands. They are now communicating with you. Oh, Aquarius, yeah, we need your help. We want to work with you on this. I think what you are saying to whomever this is Page of Pentacles. I'm sorry, but I want nothing to do with this. You breadcrumbed me. I'm hearing for years. You left me out in the cold. You knew I was sat in the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Wands. If you have created a tower moment, nothing to do with me. You are concentrating on your stability, Aquarius. You are concentrating on your stability. You're turning your back and you're basically letting them get on with it. Yeah, because this turned toxic. And it was because of lies and deception. And again, I'm hearing nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you, Aquarius. So Aqua, oh my lord. Let's have a look and see what you would want to say to this person who's rushing towards you, who I think expects you to help them try and pick up the pieces. But Aqua, again, this is someone who didn't support you. This is someone who didn't do anything to help you. This is someone who may have even caused you all this burden, and now they need your help. I don't think so. I think you're going to be very polite about it, Aquarius, but if this person charges towards you almost as if they expect you to help, I don't think you will. I don't think you will. So let's have a look and see what you will say to this Queen of Wands. You could be male, you could be female, I don't know. But this Queen of Wands, I tell you what, is a bit cheeky. She's rushing in as if, oh yes, Aquarius will help. Well, no, why should you? Yeah, Aqua. I'm sorry, I'm seeing a very rude hand sign. I am not available. I am not available. Okay, yes. Yeah, can't get clearer than that, Aquarius. I'm not available. Full stop, silence. That's it, right? Because, Aquarius, you remember every single detail of a particular day, a particular moment, which might have been the day or moment when you realized that this person had completely turned their back. This person was happy to let you sit in the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. And Aquarius, they're coming back in. They are coming back in, but I don't think you want anything to do with this person, Aquarius. You're turning your back. Yeah, we need to let each other go. For you, this is really done. I don't know what this person did. Only you will know. But it must have been pretty bad, Aquarius, because you are the big picture thinker. You are the person that always looks at things from, you know, everybody else's perspective. You are the humanitarian. So I tell you what, this is someone who must have done something pretty unforgivable to cause you to want to turn your back. But you're doing it. Yeah. You are concentrating on your life, even if you have to struggle, even if you've only got 1 pentacle, Aquarius, you are turning your back. Finally, Aquarius, you're going to allow yourself to sit in self-love with no guilt, because whomever this was caused the Tower, caused you a lot of stress, and they seem to be coming in to say, we can work together, Aquarius, to sort this out. But as far as you're concerned, it's done, right? It's done. We need to let each other go. Wow, guys. So, going back to the vision, Aquarius, I simply heard no, no, sorry, no, no, no. Okay. All right, guys. All right. So, all right. Okay, Aquarius, I am leaving it there. Have a really lovely weekend. Take care of you. And we are now moving to the final sign of Pisces. My gorgeous Pisces. Hello, beautiful people. I hope you are well. Let's jump in, Pisces, and find out what the cards are going to say. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my gorgeous Pisces, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Friday, the 22nd of May, heading into the weekend and into a brand new week. How weird. I'm seeing somebody... How weird. I'm seeing somebody picking up the phone, dialing, speaking for like 10 seconds, and then somebody putting the phone down. Like an old-fashioned telephone. And I can just hear the dialing tone. Beep, 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 beep. Are you cutting somebody off? Do you not want to talk to them? How strange. Okay, guys. Okay. I'm hearing Elvis Presley, Return to Sender. Oh my goodness. Okay. Pisces, you're heartbroken, guys. Oh, my beautiful Pisces. Okay. Are you heartbroken about a Queen of Pentacles? Are you feeling heartbroken about an Earth sign? Or your wife? You know, if you're masculine? Or a Taurian? Hierophant. Wow. Okay. Because of a choice that she made. Or this is someone who might have had an affair. Gemini energy for some. And we have Temperance. Sagittarian energy. So Pisces, you are feeling upset, heartbroken, because this Queen of Pentacles took action to either have an affair, and this is someone who's admitting that to you and you are turning your back, or Pisces, this is someone who made a choice relating to a Gemini or a Sagittarian, and it somehow rebounded really badly back on you. And I think this person wants to talk, Pisces, but you don't want to. I don't think you want to talk to this Queen of Pentacles. Now, guys, you could be a Pisces female who's married, and you might have found out that your partner cheated on you, and this is your partner wanting you back, but you're thinking, no, I'm heartbroken, I don't want you back. You could be married, you could be sat in the Queen of Pentacles. But let's carry on, guys. I don't want to confuse you. We have the Emperor. All right, Aries energy. We have the Nine of Cups. Whoever the Emperor is, sat in overindulgence, wanting to win. Could have been that this was another issue you had to deal with, Pisces. Could have been a Virgo. Whoever this Emperor is has been doing some soul searching and feeling very burdened, okay? Wow, guys, this is super heavy, this energy. I'm so sorry. The Ten of Cups. This could be a family situation, all right? All right. There could be a younger fire sign in the mix. I'm hearing who caused trouble. This person caused trouble. Okay. Or Pisces, you may be angry because it seems to me as if we have a Queen of Pentacles who might have cheated. We have someone here who's very happy with their head in the clouds, sat in temperate energy. I'm fine, Jack. Don't bother me. Don't want to talk to you. And we have an Emperor who was power hungry, sat in overindulgence. And then, Pisces, I think we have you. You may feel that other people have simply behaved incredibly badly, very selfishly. And I think, Pisces, you may be very angry. You may just blurt out to whoever this is, I can't believe you've behaved like this, or I can't believe you've all behaved like this. We used to be a happy family, right? What happened? Pisces, I think you're angry, but more than that, I don't think you want anything to do with this situation. You might be angry about the Ten of Pentacles. You may feel somebody had scuppered the foundation of this family dynamic. Somebody cracked the foundation of this family situation. And they left you in a mental prison, Pisces. They left you feeling very stressed. And what you're recognizing is whoever this person or people are, they all simply wanted to win. They all wanted what they wanted. And somehow, Pisces, you were pushed out. You were left out in the cold. I think you are suddenly recognizing how toxic the situation was that you were connected to. And I've got to be honest, guys, I think you're going to turn around. You're going to walk into your future with your head held high. You're going to move yourself into a new cycle, Pisces, and you may not look back. I think we've got a lot of people in the mix here, at least 3 people in the mix, who were all vying to achieve what they wanted to achieve. There is greed here, selfish energy, overindulgence. People that wanted to win, wanted to sit in a place of power, a lot of ego. And Pisces, I think you are looking at the situation from a sort of bird's eye view, thinking, I want nothing to do with this. This does feel very similar to the Aquarian reading. So if you have Aquarius in your chart, Pisces, watch that reading. I think whoever this is, and it could be a group of people, have got themselves into a bit of a mess. They may want to come clean. They may want to admit what they did. But Pisces, I think you're so disappointed in these people. You may feel they're behaving like children. Then I think you're just going to turn your back and walk away. We have someone here who is all about rules and regulations, okay? This is someone who's all about the money, all about the stability, completely inflexible. She might have made a choice, though, to cheat on someone you care about. We have someone here who seems to be turning their back on the whole situation. Nothing to do with me, don't want anything to do with this. I'm sat in temperate energy, leave me alone type of thing. So this is somebody who might have caused a mess and then just walked away. And then we have this individual who wants to sit in a place of power, but he sat in overindulgence, and that's caused him to sit in a place of stress. And I think, Pisces, you're dealing with 3 people here who have just behaved incredibly badly. They've only thought about themselves, and I think, guys, you are simply fed up with this. You may have a very straight conversation with someone, Pisces, and then say, I am so sorry, but I have to detach from you. There is so much negative, toxic shadow energy that you are exuding, all of you. I want nothing to do with this. You might have felt something was going on for quite a while, Pisces, but you just didn't know for sure. Your intuition could have told you that something messy was going on. Because you're in your head here about a long-term situation or a lot of money or a family dynamic. But Pisces, I think this is you angry. What the hell happened? Once we were so happy, once we were a unit, once everybody got on, right? What happened? You screwed it up, is what I want to say. I think you're talking to 2 or 3 people here. Or you may be talking to one person saying, I think you all behaved really badly. One person here, I think, is coming towards you to tell you what's really been going on. And they may want to apologize. But Pisces, I just think you're looking at this person or people in disbelief. Well, you caused your own chaos, and it's just left me feeling heartbroken. So I'm just going to forge my own path here. I think, Pisces, it's going to take courage, but you're going to get back on that horse and you're going to move into your future. Wow, guys. Underneath the deck, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Whoever this is may want you to make a decision to move because they want some kind of victory and success. But Pisces, I think you're going to say to whoever this is, I'm sorry, but I'm very confused. You're expecting me to make a major life decision to help you when you've done all this? They're going to hand you this golden opportunity, Pisces. Oh, but we want to offer you this. What are you going to do? You're going to walk away. I don't want what you're offering me. I don't want what you're offering me here. They may say to you, Pisces, oh, but yes, I know that we did a few things we shouldn't have done in the past. We took a few risks. We shouldn't have done that. We want to change the situation. Well, yes, they want to change the situation, Pisces, because they've just caused their own demise. They've caused themselves a lot of problems. And I think you're going to leave them to it, Pisces. You're going to close out the cycle. Why, Pisces? Because you're going to sit in the light and manifest like the powerhouse you truly are. You're going to close this out. You're going to manifest closing this out. You're going to turn your back on these people. They don't deserve to have you in their life, Pisces. Okay? Well, guys. So, you may have to heal. You may have a lot to think about after this conversation. There could be a few truths that come to light. But I think we will ask Archangel Michael for his message of guidance. This feels a life-changing moment, Pisces, where you may be gathering up the reins of your own life and taking charge. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what is your message of guidance, please, for my beautiful Pisces? Thank you, Michael. Wow, guys. This is your life's purpose. So you could be a natural healer, okay? You're definitely connected to the light here, Pisces. The prayer reads, Archangel Michael, you know the details of my divine life purpose, and I ask you to help me be aligned with my goals. Please clearly guide my actions so I'm taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. Pisces, you're very career focused, guys. Or you could be a healer, okay? We could be looking at a very karmic connection here, or you might have got involved with these people, or you might have been connected to these people as part of your soul contract. I want to get another message for you guys. Have confidence. Yeah. Say what you need to say, Pisces. Try to be pleasant. Don't walk away in anger, okay? The prayer reads, Archangel Michael, please lend me your courage and fortitude. Help me realize that I am one with all that is divine. Wisdom, strength, love, creativity, abundance, and health. Allow me to feel confident and peaceful about myself in all ways. Pisces, it's time to concentrate on you now. They've made their own mess. They've made their bed. You've got bigger and better things to concentrate on in your future. So guys, I am leaving it there. I hope it's helped. Take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye now.